Welcome back to the show. Let's get my next guest out, shall we? From the ballroom of The Apprentice to the ballroom of West Ham United, she's a woman who means business. Let's see her in action.
Susan sort of rushed into the room, looked at all the products, immediately said, no, 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 yes, yes. And that was incredibly decisive, but actually she's very immature.
Are the French eco-friendly? Do the French go camping? Are the French very fond of their children? If that makes sense. I honestly know nothing about the French or their culture.
You do not have to have been to France to answer the question, do the French like their children? I mean, that really is beyond stupid.
Do a lot of people drive in France?
I like the stupid person. This is, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Karren Brady. Hello, Karren. Lovely to meet you properly. Come and sit down.
Thank you.
That's a very lovely colour. Is that teal, that colour?
I think it is, yeah.
I believe it's called teal.
It
goes
is.
very nice with that orange couch.
Hopefully I can... Yes.
Hey, congratulations. Congratulations on your leg. Congratulations on your CBA.
Oh, thank you so much.
That was this year's honours, of course,
yes.
and it's a fantastic achievement. And fully deserved. And what a lovely thing. And I think I'm right in thinking there were more women receiving honours this year than ever before?
That's correct, yeah. Isn't that fantastic?
It's fantastic,
yep.
And what a wonderful thing. Tell me about, before we talk about the tennis, tell me about the day job. Tell me about working in football. Tell me about running West Ham. Because they're not doing as well as you might like at the moment, are they? No,
unfortunately not. We've got a lot of injuries. They're coming back. But, you know, in football, you have to look at the longer term, the strategy. We're moving to the Olympic Stadium. We've got a manager that we trust, a team that we believe in, and it's a matter of time, I think, before those things kick in place. And we finished 10th in the Premier League last year, so we're hoping to, well, maybe not do as good as that this year, but certainly stay in so we can start to build our business on that basis.
Isn't this the time of the year right now where you can trade players, you buy players? Is that right now?
That's correct, yeah. It's called the transfer window.
So it's like, for football, it's like the post-Christmas sales.
Really,
yes. And have you eye on anyone in particular?
Yeah, but there's no bargains, unlike in the January sales. It's not a great time to buy, but we do need to strengthen the team because we've had so many injuries. So.
And so how actively involved are you in that, or do you leave that to the manager pretty much?
Pretty much leave it to the manager. And my chairman, David Sullivan, he's very active in the transfer market with the manager. I mean, I don't really know anything about football. I know a lot about the business of football, but the day they asked me about my opinions on forwards or centre-halves or wing-backs, left-backs, right-backs, it would be a sad day for West Ham.
But see, that's fascinating. That's obviously why you've done as well as you have, because you've not gone in and pretended to know something you don't know. You've gone in, you saw football, I guess, as a business opportunity, because you persuaded David Sullivan to buy his first team, didn't you?
Well, I saw a little advert in the Financial Times newspaper that said, football club for sale. Oh, that's very interesting. So I phoned up and I got the details, and I went to my chairman at the time and I said, there's this football club for sale. You buy it, I'll run it. He said, football, Karren, very male-dominated. You'll have to be twice as good as the men to be thought as even only half as good. I said, well, luckily that's not difficult. And he said, go on, then we'll give it a go. And on the Monday, we owned this football club.
And when was that? What year was that?
That was 1993.
But how were the players with you? Because I imagine as well, there must have been some resistance there, I would have thought.
Not really, because I didn't... I went to run the business, not manage the team, right. So there wasn't really that much overlap.
And you married someone from the team, didn't you?
I did, yes, yeah.
Okay, and was that strange? Was that, did you have to manage and finesse that?
Not really for me, probably more so for him. But I sold him because I needed the money.
Well, you see, how many women would love to be in that position with their husbands at home?
Most women want to give their husbands away. Yeah. I managed to get a few quid for mine.
Yeah, you behave yourself. Well, I'm going to sell you to Crew. But he didn't mind. He understood.
No, he didn't mind. I mean, it was always, you know, it was interesting, a woman, this sort of young woman going into football. I mean, things have really changed in football now. There's lots of female senior executives across all areas of the game. But I remember, you know, going to my first away game, and I turned up, and this little old boy on the desk, and I said to him, oh, hello, could you tell me, please, where's the director's box? And this old boy said, director's wives over there. I said, well, that's very interesting, but I need to know where's the director's box. He said, yes, dear, go in the ladies' room with the other wives. I said, no, you don't understand. I am the managing director, so I need to know where the director's box is. This little boy put his glasses on, and he looked at me and went, oh yes, you're that woman. Stay here and I'll find out what to do with you. Because in those days, women didn't go in the boardrooms of football, so I was probably the first door I kicked down, actually.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Let me ask you about something else, because Dave Sullivan made his money really with the Sunday Sport and with what we called euphemistically men's magazines, but it was kind of soft-core porn, really. And now there's a kind of a move now saying, OK, we should, let's stop page 3, let's stop the objectification of women on that level. But he's still running the newspapers, I believe. He's still... Where do you stand on that?
Well, in terms of page 3, I mean, I don't really see that it's relevant anymore, actually, to be honest, in a modern society. You know, I'm not a prude, and it's not something I promote. I certainly wouldn't do it myself, and I certainly wouldn't allow my daughter to do it. But I think you have to take a view generally. I mean, for me, I think it's a bit old-fashioned and it's time to move on.
Yeah, so you would say, let's end it, but you wouldn't say, let's ban it necessarily.
Yeah, I think that's
You would hope
right.
they would come to that conclusion themselves. I don't know, but your mum must be very proud of you, I mean, for what you've achieved, but I suppose the whole family, does she go to the football matches with you ever? Is she a fan? Does any other family members go?
They have been. I mean, I think if Juventus were playing Barcelona in the garden, my mum probably wouldn't bother looking out the window.
Yeah.
But I remember taking my nan in the very early days, and it was a derby match, and the crowd were singing Karren Brady is a whore, right, which is very unfortunate. Yeah. And my nan said to me, what are they saying about you? I said, oh, Nan, they're saying Karren Brady is 24. I said, aren't they nice? I said, oh, they're lovely, Nan. So you have to be kind of careful where you take your parents.
But in a way, you're better known now than ever before, because previously, obviously, you were all the football fans who went to the matches, but now with The Apprentice, of course, you're known for being on TV. Yeah. How did that come about?
Well, I obviously knew Alan when he was chairman of Spurs, and we did a couple of deals together, and we got on very well, and we became friends. Then Margaret had decided that she'd had enough, she didn't want to do it anymore, and he asked me if I would replace her, and I said yes. It's a show I absolutely love. I'm very proud to be part of it. It's incredibly shot, and the people that work on it do an incredible job. So no, it's been good, and we'll have another series out later this year.
And are you, because obviously they do have some good candidates, but the people, are they more interested in getting a TV career these days, or are they genuine? Because it seems sometimes like at the moment you've got Louisa Zisman, I think her name is, who's in Celebrity Big Brother after she made a real impact and nearly won. Was it The Last Apprentice?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And she's obviously a very striking young woman, and she's quite a wild character on this. But obviously she wouldn't be there if it hadn't been for The Apprentice. So you do wonder, well, is that why she did The Apprentice?
I'm just thankful that Alan's in America, because if he'd have watched it, I think he'd have had a mild stroke after seeing what's been going on there. But I mean, actually, underneath it all, she's a pretty smart lady. I mean, when she says, I don't care what people think of me, I think she genuinely means it. And she's mapped out what she wants to do with her life, and that's part of it. I mean, the thing is, if you're on television, you can get addicted to being on television, and you want to do one thing and another thing and another thing, and before you know it, all you are is, you know, a television celebrity.
Well, don't, no. That was cold, I'll be honest with you. I'm not being transferred to Channel 5. They haven't sent you to... Well... don't crunch the numbers. OK, so one thing I want to ask you about, because you had a terrible health scare. You had a terrible...
I did.
And you had to have a major operation. Was this 2006 or
yeah.
something? Tell us about this.
Well, I'm one of those people that's never sick, so I don't even have a GP, because I literally have never had any illness of any type in all my life. And I had an allergic reaction to something, and I travel a lot. And I woke up one morning and I was all swollen in my eyes, and I had blotches everywhere. So I decided that I would go and have some tests. And part of this body scan that I had, they phoned me the following day, and they said, we're sorry to have to tell you, you've got a brain aneurysm. And I was like, oh, right, OK. And they said, you need to go and see a specialist. I said, all right, OK. And they said, when can you go? And I said, oh, a couple of weeks' time. And they said, well, can you go tomorrow? And I said, well, I'm not going to die by tomorrow, am I? And they said, well, it's really serious, Karren, and you've got to go and see a specialist straight away. So I saw a couple of people. And then I went and had this, 5-hour operation and spent a couple of days in intensive care. And then I was home. And
But this is, as I understand it, there's like a 1 in 3 chance that you make it, a 1 in 3 chance that you make it, but you're severely affected by it, and a 1 in 3 chance you don't wake up.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a really high-risk operation.
Serious.
Isn't it?
I had the best possible outcome of the operation I could have hoped for, and there is life after brain aneurysms, and things go on, and touch wood, I've not had a problem with it since.
That's what an incredible story.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's
Thank
a wonderful
you.
outcome there. Thank you for coming on the show. You know, what a lovely guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Karren Brady.
Thank you.
Okay, join me after the break. We have Aaron Eckhart out there. We have Torvill and Dean performing a little bit of bolero, and I'll be doing some skating as well. And, of course, we have music from Kodaline, so don't go away.